All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors into the elder high priest that taught my elder apostles. Double honors into my elder apostles and elder bishops at Great Millstone, a GMS. Peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation Israel. All right. And this is the brother Atazaria from the Great Millstone, Houston. And, matter of fact, let me do this. All right. I was reading Sirach, the 31st chapter, and one particular verse caught, the spirit got on me. And it's just going to be a quick hit. And this is Sirach 31:4. It says, the poor laboreth in his poor estate. Okay. And when he leave it off, he is still needy. Okay. And when I read that, I was like, damn, yep. Because we're poor and we labor in our poor estate. And when we finish at the end of the day, we still needy. Hell, main reason is because we under this devil's rule. Okay? Because the scriptures speak about paying a man. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me just put in wages and see what come up. It's in Leviticus. Dag, okay. Yes, Leviticus 19:13. All right. Now, of course, it could be due to certain circumstances, but for the most part, it's because we're under this devil's rule. Now, some jakes, they just don't know how to manage their money. They actually make enough, but they live beyond their means, right? Well, even with that, though, because this devil, he pay us in fake money. The money ain't real, It's just promissory notes, okay? Or debt notes, really. They're really debt notes, okay? But when you go into the way that this man has his workforce set up, the payment system from that workforce is fraudulent, okay? And it robs us, all right? So let me read this. This is Deuteronomy. Leviticus 19:13. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, all right, neither rob him, all right. Now, of course, we're defrauded, all right. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let's get the word defraud, D-F-R-A-U. Defraud of trust or withholding. You devoid them of trust, all right, or you defraud them of trust or withholding, all right, of trust or withholding, defraud or return. Let me click on the verb. Deprive of right, okay, and we're definitely defrauded on all levels, okay. Deprive of right by deception, okay. Your money it's a deception. It's not real. Okay? As a matter of fact, let me do this. Let's get that word. Copy that. Let's do this. We'll come back to defraud. Put that in there. Hit search. See how the Most High made this so easy for us? Deception. Act of misleading. You see? We're misled. We think, we don't. Us that know this truth. Okay, and it's a good many of people that know it's a bunch of malarkey. Okay, that money isn't real. All right, but deception, act of misleading. We're led to believe. Oh, we were led to believe how great America was, and once you got out of high school and the house with the picket fence with the little dog and 2 kids. Happy marriage, blah, 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 blah. We were misled about that. Okay? But speaking about the money system, all right, it's misleading. You think you actually have wealth or true money when in actuality it's not. Okay? All it is a debt note. All right? It's a debt note. All right. So you think about that. The more you have, the more debt you have. Okay? Anyhow, act of misleading, a lie, a falsehood. Okay? Deceiving, let me see, to ensnare. Yep. Take in, beguile. You see that? Cheat, like we've been cheated out of it, you know? To take, which is, okay, from, and cap, which is to grab. Okay? Let's see. State of being deceived, error, mistake. All right. Artifice. Yeah. The artificer. Cheat. That which deceives. Okay. And that's this devil, man. Let's go back to defraud. All right. Deprive of right by deception or breach of trust or withholding. All right. From the Latin defraudere. All right. To defraud, cheat. Fraudery, to cheat, swindle. No, I like that word, swindle. Fraud, criminal deception. So this devil, all right, is a criminal. Okay? But he puts on the facade that he's this, humanitarian, devout Christian, looking out for, the well-being of the planet. When in actuality, okay, you're saying this and you're putting on the act of you're Mr. Nice Guy. But then when you look at this man's track record, look at the receipts. Look at the condition that the earth is in right now. Okay? Look at the mourning of the people, Proverbs 29:2. You see? And the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. You see? All under the guise of this devil, this deceiver, this defrauder, this, like Jake say, this fraud ass nigga. Cause he's fraud, man. Okay? See if we got a cheating deceit of persons, a cheater, deceiver. Alright, deception, a fraudulent production. Yeah. Something intended to deceive. Yeah, your money. The money. It was intended to deceive. There's nothing backing that. You see, at one time there was a gold standard. At least you knew, well, you know what? I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to take this note and cash out. Right? You could get gold or silver. You had silverbacks. All right? And you had certificates for gold. Your money was backed by something. But now, you see, it's just a fraud system. Okay? Fiat currency. Okay? Let's go back. Stomach growling. All right. So let's go back to Leviticus 19 and 13. It says, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, right? Neither rob him. Where do you stopping in on the neither rob him part? Right? Neither rob him. This is why we stay poor. Okay? And needy. And as the script, it goes back to the curses that we'd have to go to our enemy for the want of all things. 1144. Call Allah Yahbashim Yahbashai. Just to, anyhow. Neither rob him. Okay, and here's the point. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. You see, when you start a job, sometimes you got to put a week in the hole. Then you get paid. You get in the job because you poor, right? Because you need to make money. But then here it is. The work is done. They got their production out of you. But then a whole week goes by that you got to do this. And they're holding your wages. So-called. Right? And even before that, you get all of these deductions out of your check before you even touch it. It was a point in time, you finish a day's work, got your bread, you went home. Now, Uncle Sam is like, well, we got to dip in this first. Give us a little minute, we can dip in here and all this, get these deductions, da 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 da. You know? Oh, you know, we need money to pay for roads. We need money to pay for this, for schools, roads, bridges, blah, 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 infrastructure. But then when you go to the parts of town where the poor and needy live or abide, right? It's the worst conditions. Potholes everywhere. Schools are terrible. You know, just makeshift prisons or prison camps, training prison camps, you know, getting them ready for the pen, right? And it's a place where if you visit or go or even pass through, it is depressing because it's that dismal, it's that dilapidated. It's horrible, man. Okay? But yet, we pay the highest taxes. You see? So again, the wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. People need their so-called money right away. Like they need it, man. And even with that, you may get your check. You still in debt even after you got your check. And then with the cost of living, you know what I mean? That's because we're under the rule of a defrauder, of a deceiver. Okay? His whole system is fraudulent. Check this out. Let me do this. Let me put in the word usury. Let's see if I'm spelling it right. I'll do 23 and 19 in a little bit. Deuteronomy. Let me see something. Right. Yep. Deuteronomy, I'll go back. Deuteronomy 23 and 20. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury. Right? The other nations. But unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury. Hey, and y'all constantly, you know, we all this, that, and the third. We brothers, blah, blah, blah. You know, all men are equal, all that, right? Well, why y'all you? Because this is a God-fearing nation, right? This land was established upon the Bible, right? Christian values and whatnot. It says, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord God, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to do in the land whither thou goest to possess it. So you're not supposed to lend upon usury. Is it Deuteronomy 23 and 19? Thou shalt not lend upon usury. When you go to the hood, what they got? Payday loans. Boy, they'll give you a loan, all right. But you going to pay what? Like 3 times what you got? Which what? Keeps one impoverished. Okay? Get a small business loan. I'm so thankful to the Yahweh Shem Yahushua that they denied my small business loan. It wouldn't have been good. Okay? Because of the interest. Usury is synonymous with interest. Okay? Deuteronomy 23 and 19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother. Usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. You see? Nothing. But they do the total opposite. Yeah, same thing. Yep. Yep, I gotta bring out Exodus, okay? Because this one hit the hardest, you know, dealing with this subject. Exodus 22 and 25. If thou lend money to any of my people, who are the Lord's people? The Hebrew Israelites, that is poor by thee, right? Are we not? Overall, as a whole, we're poor, man. And really, we are poor. Because it don't matter if you got $1 billion. That $1 billion ain't yours. It belongs to the one that gave it. And they can take it whenever they get ready. Ask some of the top celebrities. Okay? And they get money off of you while you think you free. Then they get ready to lock you up. Or whatever at the end of your career, mid-career, whatever. Okay? Especially if you do something that's not to their liking. Okay? Like Tory Lanez. He's a good example. He found a loophole in the whole album sales, right? He gave his listeners, his fans, he let them buy into his album sales so they could all make money. You think the devil want to see that? No. So he got locked up. And guess who they used? Eve. Right? Let me read this and get in here because I got to get to work. So I can go get defrauded. Right? Exodus 22 and 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, right? Thou shalt not be to him as an usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. So that's in a nutshell, man. Right? Anyhow, and that's us. Okay? Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to go and get in here and get this day started. All right. And with that, it's on to the next. And until then, I say shalom.